Huh? Class trial? Do you mean...
It's the Monokuma file!
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone give it all you've got, okay?
Heart-pounding excitement!
Things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
And he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. And we were left there. Well, all we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick
I thought that finally we could have got out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind, Mukuro Ikusaba, isn't dead. So naturally, that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. Won't it say the name in the Monokuma file? There's no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? It's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this? I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we'd better begin.
But...
If we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
But you just said...
Stop
I
talking.
don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. Alright. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. Great. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed by a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. Oh. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Okay. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. Okay, I need to check the body more thoroughly. Maybe I'll find out if it's Kyoko or not. Well, there's a tattoo on her hand, so it's not Kyoko. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is it a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like that before. Okay. The upper half of the body's got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Oh, because I got it wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Nope. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half is not wet. There's something strange about that, right? There's nothing strange about that. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Step away from the dead body. Yes. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like this before. But where? Was it there? I have to double check that later. Fragments needed. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. It's a good night. I'm happy to hear that. Third bowl of tricks. I haven't had trick cereal in so long. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, it's the knife from your room, dumbass. That's it. It's the knife the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... when they attacked, it was I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then and if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? Oh, I might have to invest in that. I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. I guess I'll talk to them. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it. Oh, that would be hilarious. I would love that.
Okay.
Wow, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too. Not my dad. Who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not going to look. I don't want to faint anymore. Okay. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay. And? Okay, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. 9 o'clock this morning. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next to Toko Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was that? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. Which would have been right around 9 o'clock. And now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we could say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. How about you? Good timing, Makoto. I want to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words,
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
in other words,
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking about that now, and what's nighttime got to do with this?
naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words,
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Tokohiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. And at that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
that's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling you the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Yep. Just a little bit. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. The room is dusty and disorganized. Hey, there's something on the floor. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? There was not. I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside? It's totally clean and completely dry. Someone maybe used it to drag it. Or the body, maybe? One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Yeah, nothing else stands out in this room. Out of the ordinary. What about the control panel? This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? And if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place. Oh, interesting. How many chickens are in there? I remember there were some chickens in the coop. There's a chicken missing. I count 4 chickens. 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. No, Dolores. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? If it is, I'm so confused. I think I checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically the fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I don't know where that's from. I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true. Is that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. With the key to her room,
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in a further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options.
Just
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Bye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. What the fuck is the one area? That one area, that one area, that one area. Is it talking about the hidden bathroom? I mean, I'm gonna check here, just cause. There's a key missing. There are wooden lockers here. I don't see anything here that might be connected to the case, but there's a key missing. God, you don't notice anything, Makoto. Bathroom on the second floor. Is this where I need to go? This is where the bathroom cleaning supplies are stored. Secret room. Oh, okay, so it's not there. Think, Mel, think. Is it here? No. You know, see it at the scene of a murder. Anyway, I don't think this directly to really what's happening right now. Okay. There's blood all over the place. I don't think it's important right now. Okay. Can I go here yet? My guess is no, but it's worth a shot. Nope. I'm just gonna go room to room, I guess. 10? Everything's back to normal. Just like with Sayaka and Taka, Monokuma's responsible, I'm sure. Sakura ended her life by drinking the poison she got from here. It's all the mastermind's fault. Whoever they are, I can never forget them. Okay, so nothing in the chem lab. I don't think there's anything in the classroom, so to say. Maybe the headmaster room? It's locked. Kyoko said Sakura had broken the lock on the door. Does that mean it's been fixed already? Yeah. Music room? Is this a grand piano? I don't think it's related to the case. Okay, out of here. don't think there's anything in here. Anything in this boy's bathroom? No. Physics lab. I don't think so. Maybe the back room. Negative. Could check the rec room. Alright, everything's back to normal. Okay. I don't know where I need to go. Library, maybe? I'm running out of ideas. I'm just gonna make my way down, I guess. Into this letter, yep. Mastermind's motive would be enough to get us out of here. I don't know. Anything in here? Alright, nothing here that stands out. Okay, the library. What's this? The classroom. Check here. I have no idea what this clue is. My memory is getting foggy. We've made a lot of progress. But I'm going to guess this is not where I need to be. The gym? Oh, is it the bomb? Or a piece of Monokuma? The Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it? Ah, it is the bomb.
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure of it. Okay. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Okay. Okay, I've checked everything else. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well. Let's go. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Jesus. We're wasting time. I can't unlock it myself. I need to ask Byakuya. Oh my god. Wait, just unlock it. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. So this is Kyoko's room. There's the 6th key. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
Certainly
But if it is a
possible.
key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Me too. Really what? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure it unlocks something in that dojo that this might go to. Yes. The dojo? Yep. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least it's not as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Bathroom. Here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clues here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete? Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Under the sheets, ding dong. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78, student registry? Mukuro Ikusaba.
I
It
see.
appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and P-A-P-E-R? No, that's it. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Mukuro Ikusaba, sex female, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist, trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training on her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. That doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's nonfiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then
I see.
never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already...
Found it.
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me. I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know. Omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order, which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking, I should probably clarify that.
Hey.
When you all first got together in the main hallway, back when there were 15 people there, right? I think the first meeting may have led you to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words.
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense.
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey.
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. So that is Kyoko. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand? The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
What?
Forget about her. What matters now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such
God, must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro was connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she's killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true... If Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? Yep. There are wooden lockers here. They used to be wood blocks, just so, yeah. Looks like the key we found really does go to these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on the locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which are quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. There's blood on it. Is that a blood stain?
I see.
If that is, it means it surely must be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? Oh, you're talking about the archive. That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. So much rushing. Okay, we're here. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Fucking show it then. Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How do you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I'll expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out in the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. Oh, most can't speak English. Facts. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. Says also the person right here saying facts and who can barely fucking read this novel. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting eternal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it so exciting. exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? That God of War is one of the best games of all time. To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated? Ooh, look at that. Says you, says me.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial! So,
Hooray.
please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial. It would seem that way. Let's go. Oh, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together, just the two of you? What are you, jealous? Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma showed up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or what? Jesus. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko. Kyoko, you're still alive. That's a ghost. Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Almost said Kyoto. Kyoko. So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. He's right, now we gotta deal with the ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long?
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Oh, okay. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late?
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
Up, there it goes. Yep. My brain stopped.
I feel that. We can go over all the details after we get through the trial. Okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. I love what you've done to the place. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show. And so the curtain opened for the fifth time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. All right. I'm saving here, and this is where I'm going to end my stream. Because I am very tired, clearly, with all the yawning I'm doing. And I've got a feeling this is going to be a very, very long trial. So I'm going to end it here. I will most likely be on. I think I'll try and get on during the day on Monday. So you'll see me poking around on Monday, okay? So thanks, guys, for hanging out. As always, I appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. And I shall see you guys on Monday. All right. Or if not, if you guys can't be there Monday, I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay. Have a good night, guys. I love you. Goodbye.